We've seen a lot of Nebraska news drop over the past couple hours. Two surprise four-stars are currently visiting the Huskers as we speak. This came out of nowhere. I'm going to introduce you to both of them because one of them is an elite four-star Florida State commit and the other is a borderline five-star wide receiver. I'm going to inform you on everything going on in their recruitment and why this is a massive story for every Husker fan. And then a starting SEC quarterback just took a big shot at Nebraska. Man, it was disrespectful. I'm going to react to it live, what he said, why it was wrong, and everything else you need to know, and a couple other stories that dropped today that I want to share with you. So really quick, loaded video. Hey, if you're just having a good day, because I know I am, hit that like button. And also, we're getting so close to 12,000. It would make my day. It takes 2 seconds. If you're a diehard Husker fan, this is the place for you. Hit the subscribe button. Help us at 12K. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. We have a lot to talk about. Some unexpected Nebraska recruiting news has dropped over the past couple hours. 2 brand new surprise four-stars are currently visiting the Huskers. I want to get things started with Demitrius, who's a 4-star safety coming out of Miami, Florida State commit. Now he's listed at 6'2", 170, has a lot of great offers all over the country. He is visiting Nebraska as we speak. Now, to a lot of people, this was very shocking news, but if you watch the channel and you've been watching the channel over the last couple months, this shouldn't be too shocking. I told you not too long ago that very quietly behind the scenes, Nebraska's been trying to flip him. They've been building up their relationship, whether it's with him and Aston Williams, with him and Phil Simpson, who's a Florida guru. So Nebraska, they've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to try to get him on campus. Now, this is somebody who, he's coming out of Miami, Florida, so he's a dog. He's willing to lay the boom on you a little bit. He can play all over the secondary, corner, rover, slot, safety, strong safety, free safety, doesn't matter. He can play all over. Very, very physical, but also has great speed, great ball skills, and go up and get interceptions. He's a ball hawk. So really like Demitrius as a prospect, but just talking about his recruitment a little bit, Nebraska's in for the long haul here. They're going to try to see if they can flip him by signing day. They finally get him on campus. This is the first time I believe he's visited, but if he likes it, and it should be noted this isn't an official visit, he might be back for the fall and he might visit for an actual game day. So Nebraska, they might try to get him for that Michigan game. And if we can win that ball game, on national television, gets a big time Wolverine team, that might be enough to flip him from Florida State, which Florida State's a complete sinking ship. Like they're not going to have a good season once again this year. At least I don't believe they will. And for that reason, I think Demitrius, if Nebraska can have a successful year, this is somebody that they're absolutely going to try to flip this because they want those Florida boys in the secondary. It's very, very evident with CJ Braun, with Danny Odom, with Devin Jackson. All those guys going to be visiting this weekend. They also want a guy like Demitrius. So pretty much a 4-horse race. Florida State, you got Miami, you got Syracuse, and then you got Nebraska. Let's see if Nebraska can impress them today. Then the better of the 2 names. This was a complete shock. We didn't even know Nebraska was going after this guy, period. This is borderline 5-star wide receiver Zion Robinson coming out of Mansfield, Texas. Listed as the 71st best player in America. He's a borderline 5-star type of guy. 6'3", go up and get jump balls. He's 180 pounds. He's a guy that compared to Quinton Johnson, who's a former TCU receiver, former first-round pick with the Los Angeles Chargers. So I really like Zion Robinson's game. Now, it's funny because we were talking about wide receivers earlier today on the channel, and I was telling you guys, again, this wide receiver class is looking very bad for Nebraska. It just is. That's the reality. So, of course, I kind of jinxed it a little bit in a good way, and Zion Robinson ends up visiting. Now, if you want me to be honest with you, it's still a long shot the Huskers will land him. Zion Robinson's a very good prospect. He's a borderline 5-star for a reason. He's already visited schools like Michigan, Miami. He's going to visit Stanford this weekend. So he's just checking out Nebraska. It's clear the Huskers, maybe they got a little desperate here, and they said, hey, we'll do whatever it takes, just visit Nebraska, give us a chance. But I will say this. If we can pull the strings here, impress him a little bit, he might be back for the fall. And at that point, if we have a good season, this is something you have to watch out for because, man, he's a jump ball threat. He can go open. He has long legs. He's very physical. He can block at a high level. So hopefully we can get a guy here like Zion Robinson in Nebraska. We're not dead when it comes to wide receiver recruiting. And that's something I told you earlier today, despite besides me being a little bit concerned. But again, you just got to impress these guys and you just got to win. That's all it takes. So he's visiting Nebraska as we speak. That is an official visit. So 2 big names that are taking midweek visits. We'll talk about the weekend visitors on Thursday because it's a huge weekend for the Big Red. Then I want to talk about in-state quarterback 4-star Jet Tamala. He flipped from Iowa State to Alabama today, and Nebraska fans are not happy about it. And the reason why they're not happy is because Nebraska never offered Jet Tamala. They basically allowed him to go to Iowa State. They allowed him to go to Alabama. And I told you guys this. Like, I went to Millard South. I know Jet. He's a great kid. I'm rooting for him. He's going to be very successful at Alabama. But I told you guys this the entire time. I'm perfectly okay with Nebraska not offering him. Perfectly okay. You can take that for what it's worth. Perfectly okay with Nebraska not offering him. Yeah, it is what it is. Like Jet's a very talented quarterback, can throw the ball a mile, can make plays outside the pocket. But it's clear what Nebraska's plan is right now. The plan is that they're going to let Trey Taylor, go and compete in 2027 when he gets here. Dayton Raiola is going to be kind of a bench quarterback. Like I don't ever anticipate Dayton to start. Let's just be real. The reason why he's committed is because of his brother and the family lineage, and that's fine. Dayton has potential. I'm not saying he's just going to be guaranteed a bench spot. Just probably is going to be that way. Listen, I'm cool with Nebraska not offering Jet, but I just think it's interesting because Nebraska fans are freaking out right now. They're like, why do we never offer this guy? If he's good enough for Alabama, how is he not good enough for us? I think we just already know the plan. We know the plans to go through Trey to give Dane an opportunity, and Jet just didn't follow those plans. But I will say this, it's still not a good look. It's not a good look for Nebraska if an in-state quarterback's going to Bama and you didn't offer him. And that's just kind of, there's a lot of people in the state of Nebraska, specifically in Omaha, and I know this because I'm very locked in with Omaha recruiting. There's a lot of prospects in Omaha and a lot of coaches in Omaha who are very disrespected with Matt Rhule and the way that he recruits Nebraska. And I think they shouldn't be disrespected. Like, I think I agree with what Matt Rhule's doing. I really do. I'm on Matt Rhule's side here, but just know that there are some bridges that aren't very sturdy right now in Omaha, specifically in Omaha. So, especially in Millard South. And I know I went for a fact because, again, you see the helmet back there. I went to Millard South. But, again, just to wrap it all up, I'm perfectly okay with Nebraska not offering Jet. I'm wishing the best to Alabama. That's pretty cool. That in-state quarterback is going to be over there with the Crimson Tide. I'm rooting for him. Then, Vanderbilt starting quarterback star, Diego Pavia. I can say star. He was balling out this year for Vanderbilt. Very good quarterback. He said something about the Big Ten. He said, you want to play with the best? You don't want to play with the Big Ten. You ignore those calls. The SEC, it's week after week. You're going to get beat on. The Big Ten, you're not going to get beat on with teams like Purdue and Nebraska. Okay. Oh, okay, Diego Pavia. Really, you had to throw Nebraska in there. And Purdue was awful last year. Sure, Purdue's not very good. I think Northwestern's not very good. Michigan State's not very good. Maryland's not very good. Rutgers is not very good. You had to throw Nebraska in there. Okay. Again, I'm just tired of this national perception. I think he's a casual. He doesn't really follow college football that well because Nebraska's on the up and up. We're gonna have a good year this year. I'm just tired of being disrespected, like blindly disrespected. People just love to throw shots at Nebraska, whether it's intended or not, whether there's facts behind it or not. I don't know. And as for his point, is the SEC more stacked than the Big Ten? I will say I do think the SEC is deeper than the Big Ten. Like, I think if you're playing the worst team in the SEC, the worst team in the SEC is a lot better than the worst team in the Big Ten. But I do think the top end talent in the Big Ten is better. Okay, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. That top four can't be beaten in the SEC. So I think the Big Ten has the top end talent, but for depth, I kind of agree with him. But why do you have to take a shot at Nebraska, man? Because Nebraska, I'm telling you, if we played Vanderbilt this year, what do you think that result's going to be? I think Nebraska wins by about 2 or 3 touchdowns. I'm just saying. So I wanted to share with you that because why are you talking bad about our program? You had no connection to our program. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below about everything. I want to hear what you have to say. Have a great day, everybody. Appreciate y'all. And just want to answer this. I know I got some questions earlier today. Are you sick, Wilson? Your face looks a little red. I am not sick. I just got sunburned. I went to the College World Series yesterday. And I guess I just forgot that sunscreen was a thing. So I got a little burn up. Arms, legs, face. It is what it is. I'll be good in about 2 days. So forgot about that. All right. Let me know your thoughts down below about everything. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go grab, go my rule, and I'll see you in the next one.